Religion is a big business. That is a multi-billion-dollar industry. When you talk about religion, we are talking about a different thing from spirituality. Africans are spiritual, and that spirituality is not unique to African peoples. Other peoples are spiritual too. And Africans, whether you are talking about the Yoruba in Nigeria, or the Igbo, or the Ashanti, or the Baganda, or the Bunyoro, or the Zulu, or the Ovambo, or the Ovimbundu, or the Luo, or the Agekoyo, they are spiritual because they believe and recognize that they are temporal beings and that there is a superior being. That is spirituality. Knowing that as a mortal being, you have limitations and that there is an immanent creator. That is to be contradistinguished from religion. What the colonizers brought was religion, spirituality packaged in man-made forms. And that is why, therefore, you have things like Roman Catholic. You have organizations such as the Anglican Church, the Presbyterian Church, the Episcopalian Church, the Methodist Church. That is religion. Religion is organization of spirituality into a formal thing, which is then controlled by man, claiming to represent God. Africans are therefore spiritual. And I do not want the word spirituality to be used as if it were a synonym of religion. Part of the reason why we talk about religion, I know there is a Kenyan called Mbiti who has written a lot about African spirituality, and he says that Africans are notoriously religious. And that to me is a misconception. It is not uniquely Africa. If you go to other civilizations, go to the Hindus, and you read Hindu epics such as the Mahabharata or the Ramayana, you see how spiritual they are. If you go to the Jews and you go to the Talmuds and you look at the history of Judaism, and if you go to the Arabs and see the Quran and you read the Hadiths, you see spirituality. And when you come to African communities, you see spirituality. Who called it black magic? It is African religion and spirituality that other civilizations, particularly the whites and the Arabs, characterize as black magic. There is nothing black about it, and there is nothing magic about it. It is their way of communication with God. Every other civilization has dark powers, and those dark powers are the ones sometimes that are characterized as witchcraft. And if you want to know that these are known to all civilizations, they have a word for it. Whenever you see that a society has a word for something, it means that they are familiar and that they practice that thing. So I don't want us to use the word black magic. If it is magic and witchcraft, let it just be witchcraft. And that is only so if you are speaking in English. If I were to be speaking in Chinyanja or Chichewa or Kihaya or Kizanaki, I would use different words. So let us sometimes also recognize very quickly that because we are defining ourselves in a foreign language, we carry the baggage of the use of those languages in a condescending manner. And part of the process of decolonizing African minds is to ensure that we are not yoked by words which are derogatory of the African peoples. It is true that when Christians embrace Christianity and Islam, and indeed any other peoples who have embraced religion, there have been extremes and cults have come about. And let me give you a historical context. What has happened in Shakahola is not something that is unique or without precedent. In 1978, there was the Georgetown, Guyana massacres, where 900 people thereabout died with the Reverend Jim Jones. That was an apocalyptic movement in Georgetown, Guyana. We don't talk about it. And we also remember that in Waco in Texas, the Branch Davidians of David Koresh also were subjected to the same thing. So if you look throughout history, it is not true that Shakahola is without precedent. It follows on a tradition that occurs when a people have been confused. And these are doomsday cultic situations that emerge periodically. And if you want me to go to the Bible a little, there are actually predictions of them. If you read the book of Matthew at chapter 24, verse 24, it says that in the last day there shall come many Christs, or who claim to be Christ, and they shall work wonders. And if it were possible, even the very elect would be confused. Because the human spirit and the human mind is always looking for solutions. And these cultic leaders are capable of confusing people and telling them that if you follow this path, then all your problems should be and will be solved. And history is replete with that. If you look at the Crusades in the Roman Catholic Church, you look at the Inquisitions in the churches, you look at all these religions, there have always been individuals who have succeeded in persuading fellow men that they enjoy extraordinary powers and that they are the pathway to eternal life. It is our duty, therefore, to educate the people. The people must be educated and the people must be independent, because one of the greatest maladies in human affairs is ignorance. The great German Dietrich Bonhoeffer said that one of the greatest things in human history is to have a people who are laboring under ignorance. They become impervious to reason, they are susceptible to manipulation, and history is replete with individuals who capitalize and use ignorance as a tool of manipulation. Shakahola is an example which is now unique to Kenya. Religion is a big business. That is a multi-billion-dollar industry. When that Jewish philosopher, some call him latter-day prophet Malcolm X, not Malcolm X, Karl Marx. When Karl Marx said that religion is an opiate for the poor, what it meant is that religion can be used to intoxicate individuals who are ignorant, individuals who have no hope, and create an environment where they can be subjected to abuse. And when they are subjected to abuse, those who are in control of their minds will invariably ask for material things. It is a wonder that those who want to take you to heaven, those who want you to starve to death, are themselves not starving to death.